Because when I go down to the market to buy, I'm seeing at the bottom of the bananas they're green. In the middle, in the middle of it is ripe. And I am told that they are spraying this thing with some ripening thing.
Oh, yes.
What is that dangerous to me?
The agent that they use to ripen fruits, that's why they get all these things yellow so fast, and when they ship them overseas, it's a standard thing to ripen fruits. I don't encourage it. I don't like it. I don't know that it is particularly that actually gets to the food, that actually acts on the skin. But if it reaches the skin, there's the potential for it to reach the fruit itself.
Facebook friends, look who I got here. This is a legend in himself. He's Dr. Renald Murray. Everybody must have heard of him. Environmental specialist and so. Dr. Murray, just give us a quick rundown on your life walk here in St Vincent. I know that's very difficult.
The greater part of my life was spent in academia, though. I spent a lot of years as a teacher before I actually went into environment. I actually left teaching because I couldn't afford to pay my bills after my first wife's death. But I got a high promotion when I left teaching, went into environment, went back to school, got a PhD in environment. I worked mainly on pesticides, so a surplus of pesticides in this country. That's what drew my attention. So I did a lot of work, had a CNN documentary, Sweet Fruit, Bitter Harvest, where they were looking at the impact of pesticides on the Vincentian environment. From there, I came back home and got into all the climate change, biodiversity, land degradation, ozone depletion, and all the environmental issues that came out of the Rio Convention and the SIDS area. So for the last 30 years, all I've been doing is doing environment work around the Eastern Caribbean, project management, environment impact assessments, training, education, all to do with the environment.
Yeah, Mike, I have to just tell my friends, I get 30 minutes with me now. My friends, you see, these are the kind of people I like to interview. These are people who are below the radar. With Dr. Murray, don't go on the top of a roof and shout out to the mic. How fluent he is about his job. Very nice. Dr. Murray, sorry for interrupting you, I had to say that. I don't normally do that. And I find there is a proliferation of chemicals being used on plants in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I've seen it for myself, so that's why I could use that word.
I'm not sure there's a proliferation. No, there was a proliferation, particularly when the banana was around, when they had so many different pesticides. The problem is that they have put restrictions on some of them, but they have not removed the old ones that are stockpile. Neither have they actually banned them, even though they said they're no longer in use. They haven't banned them, so people still find a way to bring in. So we have some old ones plus the new ones, and therefore it looks like a proliferation. But I really think it's just a pile up, a building up of a lot of unused and old chemicals. That's really the
So you want to tell me that I could stop going in the market and look? I look especially for cruciferous fruits, right? Cruciferous vegetables, like cabbages and so.
Right.
So I usually look for those that are the worms.
The worms and stuff that didn't have the pesticide used. That's a little strategy that is used, and it's good because in fact we still overuse the pesticides here. People like to see their tomatoes and cabbage without any spots so that they can really look attractive. But while they do look attractive, they're really loaded with chemicals. I agree with you on that one.
Right. And why they are weeding also, they don't weed, they spray. Gramazone is still being used in St. Vincent.
Yes.
How dangerous is that to our water catchment?
That's extremely dangerous, not only to the water catchment. The fact is that binds to organic material almost irreversible, and that's why people, when you drink it, you die, because it binds to the stomach wall and it's not moving. That's pretty much when it gets into the food, it gets into you. Most times there's a broken down form, but it's dangerous all around. So that's one of the things I really think we need to, if we're not going to remove it, we should reduce the use. It shouldn't be used in agriculture, particularly around crops like tomatoes and cabbage and stuff like that. People use it to get rid of weeds. There are lots of other crops, pesticides to use in weeds. People use Roundup, and do you know that 2 years ago a gentleman come up with a couple $1 million from
40 million.
Because they use just the thing all Roundup, just spraying the weed around the house. It's carcinogenic, it causes cancer, and we use it here like nobody business. So yes, there really is need to control the pesticides being used in this country, especially those in agriculture.
So how can we get that happening? I mean, what do we have to do?
You need an educated public who will agitate for these things. Politicians only move when the public make them move, right? They will do their own thing. And it's not just here in St. Vincent, it's a thing. If politicians know that the people are going to react to this, they will respond to it because they want to be elected. So the public has to take this on. It has to be a public outcry. It has to be a public movement. It must be grassroots movement to really have results. Politicians don't address environmental issues, not only in St. Vincent, but almost throughout the world. to them the environment is just a thing to be used, right? But when the stakeholders, the people, the owners of the resources begin to cry out, then you will get some response.
All right, and I promise you it's only going to be 5 minutes. I really wanted to go on longer with you, because I have a lot of questions.
Well, we can
but
catch
I'll give
another
you
time.
another time, but I'll give you a more comprehensive one next time. But I want to ask you one more question, because I'm not eating bananas now, because when I go down to the market to buy, I'm seeing at the bottom of the bananas they're green, in the middle, in the middle of it is ripe. And I am told that they are spraying this thing with some ripening thing.
Oh, yes.
What is that dangerous to me?
The agent that they use to ripen fruits, that's why they get all these things yellow so fast, and when they ship them overseas, it's a standard thing not to ripen fruits. I don't encourage it. I don't like it. I don't know that it is particularly that actually gets to the fruit, that actually acts on the skin. But if it reaches the skin, there's a potential for it to reach the fruit itself. So I don't like it myself, right? But I have not done enough on the work on it to tell you what the particular impact of that substance on the human body.
And finally finally, do we have organic? It sounds stupid coming out of my mouth, so you forgive me. You have organic chemicals?
There's a thing they call organic fertilizers. People talk a lot about organic fertilizers, and that is a thing they're getting on the market now. They're even some people trying to import this product they call organic fertilizers. What they're actually trying to say is that they're moving away from those that are manufactured in laboratories and use, for example, things like bat waste. They go into the caves and take the waste from a large number of bats, and that's waste. That's fertilizer.
Guano, kind of thing.
And the same way you can do with your cow manure or your goat manure. It's organic. It doesn't have the chemical. What people are running from is the chemical. Where they're actually manufacturing some other stuff they call organic. For me, organic must be natural stuff like the animal waste, not the one that you do in a laboratory. Anytime you go to a lab, there's the temptation to add things to it so that they can do this and do that and do the other. That's no longer organic.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I'm sorry, it's a horrid thing, because this can't be done in one little 5 minutes like this. Thank you very much, Dr.
You're very welcome, sir.
Yes.
Peace to you.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
Yeah, brother. Thanks.